dwell on it. Oh, should I take this other route? Should I do this? But speaking out to people, let people be able to come, like let them be able to come to your rescue, whereby they can come and rescue you. Not that you're isolating yourself. Oh, you're going through some temptations and you're just like, I can do this. I can come out of it. Why not talk to some people that can actually bring you out of it? People that will remind you of who you are. People that will remind you of who you are and tell you that this is not the right way. This is the way to do it. And also reminding yourself of who you are. Like telling yourself that this is who I am. I am not this other person. Right? So these are things that can also help us.
There is one big temptation that I feel we need to talk about, and it is sex.
Okay.
As a young person, if you don't go through it, it's as if that you are not in the know.
Definitely.
Everyone you get to see, having one way or the other, they feel that, okay, I'm in a relationship, then it's sex. So how, do you think, because of course it's a temptation, because in the scripture, of course, they said bed undefiled.
Yes.
And you get to see some persons that are still trying to, manage the whole thing, waiting, till marriage, and then they decide to do the do. But right now that we are getting to see young ones, even you're seeing 14 years, getting pregnant.
Exactly.
How? Of course, it was through that. That's the thing. It was through that. So don't say that. So you get to see them. Everyone, your eyes are just so wild. I think I was in a gathering. I need to say something before we come back to the thing. I was in a gathering somewhere, and it was an open gathering. It was a time for ladies. It was a ladies' time, and ladies were just so vulnerable, and they were just coming in and talking. And there was a young girl. I wouldn't really call her young. She just came up, and we were all introducing ourselves and having a conversation. And she stood up and said, "Hi, my name is this. I'm 32 and I'm a virgin." And everyone stared at her. Like, you need to see this stare. And I'm like, okay. Why? How? And I noticed the reaction of everybody. Come on, she's 32, but she says she's a virgin. Now, people feel that it's rare. Why would you be? Come on, this is your whole life that you tried to tell me that you didn't really experience this. But this is some of the problems that we get to see. So at this point, that people, and even I had to see someone that told me that she cannot come out and tell people that she's a virgin. She's a virgin. She cannot say that openly.
That's one thing that everybody's actually struggling with.
Is a problem. So at this point, how do you think we can cope this thing? Because it's a problem.
There's one thing that the Bible told us to do. The Bible says, flee from all appearance of evil. So when you see yourself in this situation, I mean, you can't be on the road and want to have sex, right? You can't be where a lot of people are and then you want to have sex. The only thing that I feel that we believers, or not only believers, everyone that is actually listening, or people that want to stay, like abstain from sex till marriage, is to just flee. See, I'm serious.
It's looking like flee.
just stay away from. You can't go to a guy's house now, the guys, and you are just like, oh, you want to be praying in tongues, or you want to be praying. Even God will look at you and say, my bro, what's up? So if there's a case like that, just, flee. Don't be in that. When I mean flee, I'm not saying, sometimes run, because it's not easy. Even as Christians, you sometimes want to do the do. I don't know if you get it.
I get it.
Some people say body no be firewood.
Sure.
So as a Christian, you want to do the do. But what will still keep you? Sometimes just flee. Just keep reminding yourself that it's not like something is wrong with you. Because at that point where that girl said, I'm 32 years and I'm still a virgin, everybody will be like, wow, are you okay? Do you have some? Maybe there's something wrong with you. Maybe some guys are seeing you and they I can't touch you. That's just get to know. Nothing is wrong with me, but I'm just staying away from this thing. Because when you get exposed to it now, you always want it.
Yeah.
So just stay. And having people that can also help you. There was one time one of my friends was saying that, if you're not yet doing the do, this and this, that. If you have people that constantly remind you, they will not make you feel like, oh, you are, you that you've not started doing it, then you don't have, maybe you are not too exposed. What do you know? People that can actually remind you that being a virgin does not mean that something is wrong with you. Being a virgin does not mean that you are stupid or you are daft. Being a virgin does not mean that you cannot go out. I mean, in this generation now, a lot of people cannot still openly say, I am a virgin. Because of one thing or the other. Oh, this one will insult me, or probably you can get raped. You know that a lot of people are so scared to come out and say, I am a virgin, because people, your friends can just cook up something and then they tell one guy to come and rape you just because they feel like you can't be the only saint among us. Exactly. Everybody is supposed to share this thing. It's supposed to go around. Just like breakfast. It's supposed to go around. So they'll tell you that, who are you to still be a virgin? And if you are still trying to stand on your right and tell this and that, they will tell you that no, this life is... In fact, when you go out of the country, it's just like a food for them. It's not about this thing. They will tell you that, okay, the Bible, they will even give you... I had someone that said something one day, and she was like, even people that are not keeping themselves, at the end of the day, when they want to get married, they get married to good men. Good men. Okay. But people that still keep themselves, at the end of the day, the people that they end up with. So what is now the... not having that right mindset. Some people will just cook up some things. They will say some things that at the end of you just have to start thinking that, why am I still a virgin safe?
All right, amazing one right there. It's about that time that we'll go on a short break, and while we come back, the show continues. Please stay with us. We Talk Faith Show, and of course, Ayo T is still in the building.
Yeah,
okay, now I will say that I am really enjoying this conversation, and I'm very sure that viewers at home, you guys are listening and of course learning from this, because it is a temptation. Now, if we'll try as much as possible to identify all these things, it's going to take a whole lot. Because before you talk about, oh, this temptation is out, another one is coming, another one is coming. And you don't know, I believe right now, most of us, we have temptation that we're trying to face.
Definitely.
That we are even that we're struggling with. And we don't know the ones that our children are going to, go ahead to face. So these things just come. Even right now that we're not married, we have a temptation.
Exactly.
The husband you get married to also has his own. Then the children you're bearing has theirs. And everyone is having temptation. That's why I always say God is the most important thing that you get to have. Now, I want to dive into this. We cannot be talking about temptations, talking about all this thing, without putting the fact that we have the substance, the drug right there, the drug abuse, people that take the alcohol, people that take the substance that are not really good. And you get to see young person, even I think I was going somewhere, and I passed a place. And I can remember the person telling me that, do you know these people smoking? They are just 15 to 18 years. And I was like, really? And you get to see them smoking whatever you're taking. And you're fine. You're happy about it.
Definitely.
To me, it's as if they're crazy. But come on. They're so excited about it because of what are you taking? Only for me to hear that they're 15 to 18 years and you need to see them so grown. And they're so proud of it. I can remember a time that I had a talk on this thing, and the particular guy, he came up to say, and he said something. He said, we cannot take away substance, we cannot take away cocaine, we cannot take away this hard drugs, because youths have already embraced it. And it's going to be very hard. So at this point, we are scared of our children. We are scared of the people that we get to train. So at this point, how do we handle it? Because it is an issue. No one will say that. Even I had, a friend of mine was telling me that the brother, just because he went to school, he came back. A young guy, I think about 21 years, and he came back, and he's now already taking things that he's not supposed to take. And he's so proud about it, the mother cannot even say anything. And at that time that they take these things, you cannot even talk to them, because if you're not careful, they just stand up and beat you and hurt you. And at that time, you begin to blame yourself. Why did I talk? So at this point, what do you think is the best thing to do? At this point, do you think the government needs to come into it?
Yes,
do you think it's
definitely.
something that they need to talk to God about it?
This thing is not only should not only be done by just maybe people around, maybe your family alone. I feel that when we talk about this, society should also take up something like an empowerment training that would actually tell these children that this thing you are doing is not the right thing. And it's not like some of them don't know that is not the right thing, but they still need people to enlighten them, reawaken them, to tell them that this thing you are taking is not something good for you. This thing will damage your body. This thing kills fast. It kills fast. It can just people that can reawaken them. And another thing, prayer. There's nothing prayer cannot do. You know, just pray for these people, and you know, helping even this our youths, our our generations. You know, there are no much of things like that. So a lot of people just dive into doing things that are wrong. Probably, you know, they are going through a lot. I saw a lady that was actually smoking one time. This lady smokes, she drinks, she does a lot of things. And then I was having a conversation with her. I was asking her, why do you do all of these things? And she said that she's going through a lot. And whenever she goes through this, she was telling me that I don't know the things she's going through, and I'm telling her that you don't know the things I'm going through also. So if you are saying that you actually take all these things just because you want your hair to be free, whenever you are now normal, how do you still feel? Like, is it every minute you keep smoking, drinking, and all that? She's just like, no. When you smoke, everything will just take you out of what you're actually thinking. I now say, okay, so that smoking will now give you the solution. So this thing is like just, you know, talking to these people. Most times, just talking to them, making them feel like your problem cannot be solved by smoking. Most of these people, they have issues. Most of them are depressed. Most of them is peer pressure. Most of them, they just want to feel among. Most of them, they just want to, you know, they just want to have this, okay, I'm there. Let them know that I'm there. So that when you sound like this, everybody know that, one man is talking, Babao, you know, Kapo is talking. But making them feel this is not the way, this is not life.
But there's something I want to add. We still have people that it is what they learned while growing up. There's some persons that it was what they learned from their father. That's why I say, by the time you are giving birth to children, you should be very careful what you do.
Yes, exactly.
There's some persons that when you get to have a father that smokes, that drinks, and you're growing up, you're emulating that stuff. Even if at some point your dad stops it, but you've taken it, and this generation, by the time they've taken up something, it's going to be so hard for them to come back. Really, really amazing. I really feel that it's something that we need to work on.
Yeah.
I was saying something, I was sharing with someone, I was like, nobody's normal in the street again.
I'm telling you.
You think this person is normal. If you just do anyhow, you collect anyhow. Just like the way they say you collect wutu. So that's the thing. You just collect it anyhow. So nobody is normal. If you think that human being that you're with is okay, the next reaction that you're getting. And I've been able to have, based on what you said, I think I have this female friend that came out to say the reason why she drinks is whenever she has so much
on her head.
That immediately she takes it clears off, and she's so fine. And I'm wondering, okay, is
whenever
this the
you
medicine?
come back.
I don't understand. I'm not even going whenever. It's not my business whenever you come back. Well,
exactly. Is this the solution?
Is this, I don't know, because I don't know if you're having, maybe it's a money issue. Okay, at that point you take it. Just to give it the money?
Even if it's a money issue, you know, most of these people spend a lot. You know, when I was in school one time, and then I saw one guy buying, you know, this small tablet, and they just sold one sachet for 5,000 naira. And what is inside that sachet is no more than 5. And I'm like, see this 5,000 naira that you're using to buy. So most of these people, they can do anything just to buy all these drugs. Some people can even kill. And I'm like, this money you're using to buy, if you are saving it up for your life will get better. I mean, some of them are actually going through finance, like issues. They don't have money, but yet they will look for all way to get this drug. That's why you see people on the road beg, please, I want to do this. When you give them money, it's not as if they want to go ahead to do good things. When you look at them, they are going to get the cigarettes.
I think this just, oh my God, but I can remember when I was 7. And I think at that point, where we have our coppers, where we do our CDS and all, and there's this particular guy, whenever he sees coppers going inside the CDS, he will come and say, please give me money. Like, he's a young guy, and he'll come, please give me money, please give me. And he's no coppers now. Okay, take, and we'll give him money. And the next thing, we'll see him going to a store to buy drugs. It was later on the people around, they came to our CDS and they told us, please, all those guys that you get to see that come to ask you for money, please don't give them. They might come and tell you that they are hungry. Don't give them, because they end up buying drugs to take. And since then, whenever we're passing there, they will come, but they noticed that the turn up wasn't, we don't give them anymore. And at some point, they will start, flexing muscles and all that. But it was okay, because we had the knowledge of something. Temptation is here. And of course, we have so many temptations that we cannot cease to talk about. It's a whole lot. We have our generation faced with so many things. If we continue to list, highlight, explain, man, I don't know. Well, it's going to be a whole lot. Ayoti, I really want to say something. Well, we cannot really leave without wrapping this episode nicely. There's something I always say, wrapping it nicely and having a cupcake on top. Okay. Now, in all of this, what do you think is the way forward?
The way forward is that God is the only one that can actually help us. We can't help ourselves as human. We can't help ourselves. Even the people that will tell you that, I won't do this thing, even temptation is just a small thing for you, at the end of the day, they will still find themselves falling. So God is the only way. God is the only way. Getting to know that, okay, God can actually help you, not just helping yourself. God is the only way. So when you have that mindset that God can actually help me, and God can actually help the world, praying, consistent prayer, consistent study of the word, that even all of these things actually happened in the Bible. Even our Lord Jesus Christ was tempted. So who are you not to be tempted? People that are actually great are actually tempted. They've gone through temptations one way or the other. So it's not like we too, we can't go through temptations. But the only promise that God has actually promised us is He's going to walk this journey with us. So He's walking the journey with God. See, this life, we can't do life without God. We can't do life without God. If we understand that we cannot do life without God, then we are going to come into that consciousness of all of these things. It will come, but then we can actually pass through them. So most of all these temptations even come as a process, because God is actually trying to build you. God is helping you. God is teaching you on where to go. So all of these temptations come and you see them, and then you cross over it, and God is like, okay, my child is doing better. You see another one, you cross over it, and God is like, yes, this girl is doing so much better. At the end of the day, temptations no longer look like a big deal for you. So because you know that you have God to actually help you. So we can't actually help ourselves. No, temptation is actually a big thing. When a lot of people tell you what they are going through, you will know that temptations is a big thing. But then, trusting God, God is the only way forward. We can't do all of these things without the help of God.
All right, so finally, whenever a young person has this temptation coming through, what do you think is the next thing to do? At that particular time that you are so infused with this thing, what do you think they should do?
Seek help. Seek help. A lot of youth now are actually so scared to talk. And when I say seek help, I'm not saying just go and meet that friend that always wants to gossip. I mean, we have this friend that smudges. I mean, seek help from people that can actually help us, people that can bring us out of it. And if someone as a lady is actually battling with a sexual sin, and you're not supposed to start doing it. When I mean seek help, I'm not saying go and meet your male friend or go and meet a male. I'm not saying they can't help you, but sometimes you really need someone that can actually stay in that, like that can be in that same gap with you. Like if I'm a lady and I'm talking to a lady that, okay, this is what I'm actually going through, she can be able to understand. Exactly. It's just like a pregnant woman talking to a man who is not pregnant, who does not know anything about pregnancy, and he'll just tell you that, don't worry, but let's sleep. Once you sleep, once you eat cola nuts, but when you go and meet someone that has actually gone through this thing, someone that was once pregnant, someone that knows the signs and the symptoms, can be able to give you the real remedy. They can be able to give you the real medicine that, okay, this is what you should use that can help you. So seeking help. You are not without help. That's one thing. We are not without help as youth. If you go online, you see that someone is also facing the same problem as you. Then you can be able to go and see that, okay, this person found help. I can also find help. So seeking help is one great thing that can actually help us. Not dying in silence. Not staying in isolation that, I can do this battle by myself. I can fight it myself.
Exactly. It's just like the way they always say, Sorosoke. So
yes,
whenever you
Sorosoke.
have it, we just talk about it. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed everything. Thank you. Thank you, Ayoti.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it's about that time that we need to say our goodbyes. But remember that this topic that we had, our generation greatest, biggest temptation. You can as well, if you have anyone, just drop a comment, okay? Drop your messages, we get to see it. Remember to follow us on all socials right there, written down on your screen. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, all right? So that when we drop videos, we drop content, you get to see it first. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. My name is Convy. Till I come your way next week, stay blessed.